We're going to talk again about 8 top altcoins that did well in 2020 that could do better in 2021. So hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you are new, subscribe, hit the bell button, like and leave a comment. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Hope you not got too fat like myself. And also, most important thing, I have reached 27,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing. So thank you. I can't say anything other than thank you. It's been amazing. So again, we're going to go back to this video. As I mentioned, I said I'll go back to it. We will go over 8 more coins that you decided in this first video. So I've got 8 more coins. I'm not going to do any more after this, obviously, for obvious reasons, because it'll be a top 20,000 million coins, because you always miss them. But the first one we need to talk about is Cardano, number 1. Now, this was a 900 million market cap. It's now, you can see 5.1 billion, and that has had a gain of 5.8x. But it's been a little bit higher. It's also, the most important thing, I think it'll do very, very well next year. So this is why it's been included, and it was one that I obviously kind of missed. Oops. The next one, now the obvious one would be to say, well, Vechain. Now, this is on here because it has been mentioned in the comments as well. And this was sitting at a 300 million market cap back in January. And its current day is 1.1 billion. But I think in the next coming years, this will obviously become much bigger. And it's obviously done well. It's 3.7x in terms of multiple gain, which can't really be sniffed at, let's be honest. And I do think stronger 2021 is coming now. Hold on. This one was data from March. It's Kusama. Now, again, a lot of people were asking why didn't you put DOT in there? The reason being because DOT hasn't been out long enough in its current form. However, Kusama's been out a little bit longer. Now, Kusama was always going to come first. It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? It's kind of hard to decide in terms of Polkadot or Kusama. But in this way, Kusama's always going to go well first. And a good indication of why I'm bullish on Polkadot is because this is a testnet. This is getting a lot of interest, a lot of volume, a lot of bonding has been done on the KSM network to allow the testing to happen on their test Polkadot ecosystem. So at the start of March, when this was pretty much released, it was 8 million market cap. It is now, as you can see, 465 million, 58x in terms of current investment. Absolutely ridiculous. And if you like Polkadot, you should realistically keep an eye on this to see how the psychological barriers of how bonding a token, the parachains and all kinds of substrates are working on this to allow the price to go up. So top tip, look at Polkadot if you've not looked at it just yet. Going on to the next one. Now, this is a coin that I've never mentioned on my channel before, but I've heard it mentioned a few times, is VidID. VidID data link. It's doing really well today, obviously, as you can see. But this has actually had a really solid year, but it has been a lot higher. This is why I featured it. It has been a lot higher. As you can see here, this data here is, double the market cap, so even higher in terms of multiples. But we're going to go from current day, okay? That's why I've done the maths. It was 2.1 million market cap at the start of January. It has done a 13x so far, currently at 26 million or 27 million market cap. But it was, as you can see here, on the 31st of August, it was a 50 or 51 million market cap pretty much. So it's done even higher realistically over the course of the year. And again, that was mentioned a lot on the comments. The next one was the obvious one. Now, I was going to put band in this first video. I decided to do link because I didn't want to have 2 oracles in there, maybe a bit silly, but it also made me allow me to put this in this video essentially because it was an obvious miss. And again, you can see here it's doing well today. Obviously today has been quite a good day. This was 3.6 million market cap in January. It's currently on a 32x, and it has been a lot higher. A lot higher. So as you can see, wow, it's on a massive downtrend at the moment, but it actually peaked at 342 million. So pretty much double and a bit over the market cap currently. So that could have been easily, a 64x, give or take, but currently 32x, which is massive, let's be honest. Moving on to what I think, not the greatest thing in the world, in my opinion, but it's done very, very well. Token asset. I personally don't believe that this needs to be a token, my honest opinion. A lot of people disagree with me, but ultimately it's done very well. It was 40 million market cap at the start of the year, Celsius, and it is now currently over 1 billion. It is on a 26.5x, and it is currently at all-time high. So this one's a good one. Probably do even better next year as things develop in the DeFi space. Moving on to this coin, Cardian Chain. Now, I've never mentioned this before. Never ever mentioned it. I've heard good things about it. I heard a lot of people talk about it. But again, this is a one that I think has done well this year and probably will go on to do better next year as well as they develop things. A lot of things are coming out on it as a quick glance. But this is also another one that's been a lot higher. This has been an extra 26 million market cap in August. And this hasn't been out that long. It's only been out roughly about, 6 months, but it's had a really good parabolic rise, and it is currently sitting at a 15.7x in current value, and it has obviously been a lot higher. So a 3.2 million market cap on release. Yeah, it's grown quite a lot. Moving on to the last one. The last one was Phantom. Now, few people mentioned it, but it hasn't really gained the sufficient gains, but it has been a lot higher in the past. This is why I have kind of looked at it and touted for it. It really is a solid project in terms of blockchain and how it works. However, that being said, a lot of developments in 2021 could make this a much more appreciated asset. This was a 19 million market cap back in the start of January, now 43. But it was, as you can see here, a lot higher. It was actually 84. So, you know, a 2.3x game doesn't look that good, but I do think next year this one could be a one that, you know, you should realistically look at, because they've got a lot of developments coming on. A bit of a mid-cap coin right now, but the DeFi world is growing, and this has got a lot of new elements coming out next year, which could make it very, very interesting. With the way DeFi is going, you never know what is happening. So the one thing to mention from this video, obviously, it's all designed for next year in terms of potential assets. Now, this is obviously not financial advice, but these have all done well or all showed signs of promise in 2020 that could lead to a much bigger price rise in 2021. Obviously, Oracle's pretty much hot. They are in a downtrend right now, but as always, things tend to move. The Polkadot ecosystem could be very, very hot next year, and obviously the world of DeFi, that's huge. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video, and as I say, invest safe, invest at the lows, and always look to take some profits. But fundamental research will always make your bags look better because you've done the work. So please make sure you do.